Happy New Year from everybody in 3rd and 21, a show where we talk about college football. Try to have a little fun. Talk about college football. Try to have a little fun. Can you believe there's one game left in the 2018 season? We have Alabama versus Clemson, the two best teams playing for the national championship. We'll talk a lot about that in the next segment, but I want to double down on something. And you're probably saying, oh my gosh, Kemper, we get it. You want to change the targeting rules and you're against college football playoff expansion. Absolutely, yes. But what I want to double down on is Fansville. Fansville by Dr. Pepper, a place where every day is Saturday. As much college football as I watch, you see the same commercials over and over. Fansville by Dr. Pepper has been entertaining, but here's my prediction. Larry, ice cold Dr. Pepper here, Cold Pepper, is the one who stole the national championship trophy from Fansville. Mark my words on it, you'll be happy on January 8th. Hey, let's go around the country, talk about some teams not named Alabama or Clemson in a segment we like to call hashtag thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up!
Baylor Bears, coming off the Art Broyles debacle, won one game last year. This year, they win 7, beat an SEC team, a motivated SEC team, even though it was Vanderbilt. They get the bowl victory, 7 wins. Matt Rule is doing an excellent job in Waco.
Thumbs down.
One bad Saturday in Columbus, Ohio does not define a season, but it's a bad look when half your team holds out or your offensive and defensive coordinators are interviewing for every job possible. You get blown out by Florida, and the worst part about it, Jim Harbaugh would not shake hands after the game. Not a good look, Michigan.
Thumbs up!
Oh, Snell, yes. Man, Kentucky has an absolute dream season. The best team Kentucky has ever fielded. 10 wins, a lot of guts. I love Benny Snell.
Thumbs down.
Listen, I am a Will Muschamp fan, okay? It seems like he would be a person you could sit down and have a conversation and enjoy yourself with. But South Carolina was supposed to be challenging for the SEC East. They wind up 7-6, losing a bowl game to thumbs up Virginia.
Thumbs up!
Northwestern. Pat Fitzgerald has installed a real sense of toughness and winning. At Northwestern, they get the victory in a 28-point third quarter over Utah. Thumbs up, Northwestern.
Thumbs up and thumbs down.
First time ever a team gets a thumbs up and a thumbs down, and that team is the Auburn Tigers. 63-21 winners over Purdue. Really could have been 77 or more points if Gus Malzahn wouldn't have taken knees when he did. But the thumbs down is, how does a team like that lose 5 games? I do not understand it. You need to get things figured out on the plains. Hey, before we go to break, we want to, my favorite part of this whole season was the Tyler Trent, hashtag tylerstrong deal with Purdue, Boiler Up. He passed away a couple of days ago, and I am saddened, but he has made an incredible positive influence. That's what life's all about. I think that was good.
Yeah.
Welcome to 3rd and 21, a show where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Now back to you,
Welcome
Kemper.
back. Thank you, Jenny, for the voiceover. Let's go ahead and talk about the two teams playing for the national championship. Alabama versus Clemson. 4th time one of these teams will be national champions. The good thing is we have the two best teams playing for the national championship. That is not debatable. So let's start with Alabama. Here's a really cool stat. The incredibly complex KPI has released 29 weekly KPI indexes. Alabama has been ranked number 1 27 of the 29 times. That is longevity. That's excellence. Championships seem to be in Alabama's DNA. There are no real weaknesses. One thing I did notice, maybe it's something, maybe it's not, but Alabama in the Orange Bowl almost looked undisciplined. believe it or not, for a Nick Saban team, there were a lot of false starts. There were some personal fouls. And this might be something that might not, but when I saw players coming off the sideline, Nick Saban yelling at them, they just walked right by him like he wasn't even there, just went to the back of the bench. Might not be anything. Nick Saban might use that to get his team more focused, but it was telling for me when players just walk by a coach and don't even seem like they hear him yelling at them. But never forget this. Long live the king, and the king is Alabama. Playing Clemson, who really, if you look at it, athlete for athlete, is just about on the same level as Alabama. But what I'm seeing from Clemson is they seem to be playing looser. They seem to be getting looser and enjoying the moment. If you watch Dabo Swinney, he's always laughing. His interviews are very candid, very cool. I like the position that Clemson's in. How's the game going to go? I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. People go, hey, well, the secondaries are weak for both teams. I scoff at that a little bit because if you took either Clemson or Alabama's secondary and say, let's name a team real quick.
North Carolina.
You took their secondary and put it in North Carolina's secondary, it would not be a weakness of that team. So weakness is relative, but I think the secondaries can be exposed. Pass rush is going to be the key. Can Alabama's line keep Clemson's defensive line out and keep Tua upright? We'll see. But I'll tell you this, it's going to be two excellent teams playing, and I cannot wait to watch. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we will go to the ever-popular mailbag and put your money where your mouth is. Welcome back, and season-long thank you to Maxi Homes. That's MaxiHomesGA.com. Long on quality, short on drama, MaxiHomesGA.com. Link is in the description below. Let's go straight to Butch Maxi's favorite segment. That is Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. It's where I pick games against the spread. We keep track all season long. How do we do over the bowl season?
2 wins, 5 losses, 40%.
All right. It was not a stellar bowl game season. How about for the year?
33 wins, 33 losses, 2 ties for 50%.
33 wins. After the whole season, we're 33 wins, 33 losses, 2 ties. An enormous amount of pressure is on me to get the national championship game right. Alabama is favored by 6.5 points. One thing that I do know, championships is in Alabama's DNA. They're going up against Clemson, who has just the same level of talent. But I think Clemson is playing a little bit looser. I think Alabama's going to win the game. But for all the marbles, I'm going to take Clemson and 6.5 points and say, please, Dabo, cover the 6.5. Hey, with that, let's go to the ever-popular mailbag. That's where you can write in. Ask me any question about college football. I'll do my level best to give you a clear and concise answer. Brought to you by our friends at On the Road Again Cars. On the Road Again Cars. Check out the website. Brandon is always buying quality used cars for quality people. On the Road Again Cars. First question.
Larry from Chamblee. The college football playoff is rigged against UCF.
Larry writes in a lot. I love you, Larry. Thank you for writing in. I totally disagree on your take. I took the liberty of writing down UCF's schedule, and it is UConn, maybe the worst team in college football, South Carolina State, Florida Atlantic, Pitt, who did win the ACC Coastal and finished up 7-7, Navy, Austin Peay, SMU, Temple, South Florida, Memphis, and Cincinnati. That is not a schedule that's going to get you to the championship, get into the playoffs. What you need to do, even if you got to make a bad deal, Go 2-for-1s. And it doesn't have to be against Florida, man. Go to Nebraska. Go to Penn State. Wherever you can get home-and-home series. Go anywhere. Play anybody. Win some of those games. And maybe the Big 12, when they get into an actual 12 or 14-team conference, will pick you up. That's what you got to do to get into the playoffs. That schedule will not do it. Next question.
Chris from Buffalo, New York. With Notre Dame getting blown out, should Georgia or Ohio State should have gotten in instead?
Listen, that's hindsight is 2020. Listen, Notre Dame did not play well. Everybody saw that, but they're a better team than what they played on Saturday. 100% the correct decision to put Notre Dame in at number 3 based on their season, but they did not play well Saturday, and that was unfortunate. Next question.
Adam from San Diego. Which conferences did the best in bowl games?
Bowl games are interesting. I love the bowl games because you get different teams from different conferences playing anybody. You get Georgia playing Texas. You got matchups you usually don't get. And here's the thing about bowl games. If your team wins, man, you get a springboard. You get a jump going into the next season. If your team loses, that sticks in your mouth till, really summer practice starts. That's the cool thing about bowls. The playoffs have almost wrecked the bowls as far as people looking at it like they don't care. But I love the bowls. As far as the conferences, everybody, there was not a dominant or a terrible conference like last year. The Pac-12 was 1-8. They won 3 bowl games this year. All their good teams or their top teams got blown out, which I love the Pac-12. They just do not do good out of conference. Hey, listen, the clock on the wall says it is time to go. We've got one more show. We'll come back, break down the national championship, but we do want to wish you a wonderful, peaceful, and fruitful 2019.